This is another New Black World Order TV Productions. We have Sister Malinda back. Wow, it's a lot to talk about. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where we're going to start at. We're going to talk about the NAACP. We're going to talk about the Charleston shooting. We're going to finish up on
ways that a woman can aid and empowering in the black man in the black community.
Right. Okay, so we're going to start out. What are some of the ways, just like you indicated on your last video, that the white female was an intricate part of white supremacy and aids the white man and helps supporting and establishing and maintaining white supremacy? So the part 2 was, how could the black woman do the same for the black male in the rise of black supremacy?
That's right. One way is keeping them from being counterproductive, so they can do not defeat their purpose or hinder their goals in life, and we have to support their dreams and goals. I notice a lot of black men say that black women don't support their goals and their dreams, and we have to support our black men and their goals and their dreams. And another way is do not let them be victimized by this racist white supremacist system. And we know that this is a system, and I'm going to get into that too, a system that deprives black from pursuing life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And another thing is it prevents blacks from having equal access to jobs, and they put barriers, bias on the jobs and job policies and laws that prevent blacks from getting jobs and to take care of their families. Because once they get felonies and misdemeanors, they are like branded. It's almost like they did the slaves. They branded the slaves, so the master could recognize whose slave was who and where they belong. And a felony or misdemeanor nowadays is like getting a brand. The jobs at different places, even voting rights are taken. They can't own a gun, and those things are like being branded.
Okay,
another thing is it prevents them from upward mobility.
Okay.
And I say that these systems are rigged up and stacked up against people of color.
Okay, so how could the black woman assist the black man in changing what you just described?
I say if we come together and have our own businesses and stop supporting other people's businesses and support our own and try to get our own. I know that they block us a lot of times from getting loans. They use what they call predatory loaning systems out that prevents black people, or if they allow us to get a loan, we pay double or triple what someone else may pay, if they even allow us to get a loan to start our own business.
Right.
Now I say that we should stop taking our money on a lot of lavish things out here, materialistic things, and putting it to our own community and our own, household.
Okay, so you think if the black woman would change some of her spending habits,
and black men too,
so she can start aiding the black man by teaching that to her sons.
And start saving money. That's right.
Right.
Teach your children and your grandchildren how to be self-supported and stop spending money on materialistic things. It's not really a value.
Okay. So what are some of the other points that you want to go in on about this second part before we go into the other subjects that we're going to discuss today?
Okay, I was just talking about like this court system. Blacks are like sheep thrown to the wolves, They have stopped lynching black people in trees and started lynching them in the court systems. That's another thing that I said.
Okay. And what way could the black female assist the black male in that aspect?
Well, as far as the legal system, if it wasn't for, I think personally, this materialistic view on clothes and cars and flashy, expensive items that people want, people go out and do, I would say sometimes illegal activities just to get these things to please themselves and to please the woman and to please themselves.
Okay.
And I say that if you are just humble and casual, because in the end of the day, a pair of $200 sneakers means nothing. They go out of style. In 3 months, they're coming back in with another type of sneaker. A $500 pocketbook means nothing, especially if there's no money in it. You don't own your own business.
Okay, so the suggestion in this aspect is to change the desire.
Desire in our mindset.
Right, so that when a young teenage female meets the young male teenager, he doesn't feel compelled that he has to go hustle drugs in order to get her the things that she wants.
He doesn't have to hustle drugs, steal, or any of that.
All right, okay. So you think we got Project Money with Champagne Desires?
Yes, I think so. That's
Okay.
right. And another thing I wanted to talk about is how slavery never ended. It was only, transformed, remodeled, and disguised now. Racism reinvented, what I say. They have reconstructed slavery in this world today. That's what they did. Restructured it, and that's how we still in slavery, but we don't even recognize that slavery has been reinvented and transformed.
Okay. Are there any other angles you would like to bring out?
Yes, I will. All right. We have to get rid of this negative energy that's transmitted to one another, the black males and the black females, because of negative images and things put out by the media of the black woman versus the black men. It's like they always in competition instead of being a unity, being as one, a unit.
Okay, so you think this suggests this advice or this solution to that problem is to be more aware while you're watching television.
That's right. We have to get rid of the...
You got to put a filter. You got to put a filter on the mind.
That's right, a filter.
Okay, and the filter would be to catch those things that you're talking about.
That's right. Get rid of that Willie Lynch mindset, the Willie Lynch syndrome. Get rid of that plantation mentality. Get rid of that I don't need you mentality. Other cultures would treat me better. And now that I'm on that, in Hollywood, many of the black celebrities, the males especially, has taken on European woman as a bride. He takes her for a bride, but she takes him for a ride. And here's where that ride will end them. The ride can cost him his freedom. The ride can cost him his life. The ride can cost him his bank account. The ride can cost him his mind. The ride can cost him his reputation. And I say buckle up, because it's going to be a turbulent ride,
Okay.
And there's not many of them that come out unscathed or intact or unmarked. Their reputation be tarnished, and they're in a financial crisis after they go on that ride with the European women because they think black women aren't good enough for them.
Okay. So, besides the media, what are some of the things that we do to each other that causes a rift between black men and black women?
Some of the things we do to each other, I think, is the main thing. I think is putting one another down. Your efforts, just not supporting each other.
Right.
And we have lack of communication.
Yeah, that's a big
and lack
one.
of trust. That's another big one. Lack of trust.
Right.
Lack of communication and putting the other one down.
Okay. What is one of the major causes of the lack of trust between the black man and the black woman? What could be festering between us that would cause us not to trust one another? Could you point out what it is?
Relationships will be one, or your past history. Now, if you had a past history of being a womanizer, then this is what she gonna always see you as being a womanizer. If the woman had a past history of being, let's say, maybe loose, and maybe that they always looking at you, waiting for you to make a mistake. Or either if they see you talking to another man, they think that you're trying to get his phone number. If the man see the woman, vice versa. If he see you talking to somebody, you're trying to get somebody. If she see you talking to someone, you're trying to get someone's number or trying to get a date.
Right. Yeah, because the black male and the black female, for the most part, the ones that I know, they always think that those type of friendships has to be some type of sexual friendship, and it's not the case. But I would like to say that one of, and I want you to elaborate on this, one of the major reasons I think, and there's many reasons, but one of the major reasons that I think that causes distrust between the black male and the black female is child molestation.
Okay, I didn't think about that.
Right. Because if a black female was molested by a black male, what are her chances of having a healthy relationship with a black male?
Right. They are scorned and torn from that. Yes, they are.
If a black male child was molested by an adult female woman, what would be the chances of him having a productive view of black women?
That's right. I understand what you're saying. That's right.
Right.
That will cause some kind of lack of trust.
A whole lot.
And then a lot of males that has gone through that has turned out to be either bisexual or feminine.
Right. So we can see that these are one of the main issues that's fracturing our unit.
That's right.
And it's most time overlooked.
That's right.
It's most times put back on the back burner.
That's right.
As to what are some of the most pertinent issues that affect what you're talking about.
That's right.
And if we don't do nothing about that, I don't even see how we're going to heal.
And another thing I forgot to mention is when fathers are not in the lives of these young men.
That's another one.
That's another one. When fathers are not present.
Right. When the father himself don't want to be present, and when the mother stands in the way of him being present.
That's right.
Right. Because a lot of the issues that fathers are thinking about and mothers are thinking about, the children don't really care. All they want to do is see you.
All they want is love.
Right.
And they want you to spend time.
Exactly.
And a lot of men think it's all about money. Well, I don't have the money. It's not about money. The children can care less about your money. They want your time and they want your love.
And there's a lot of black women that don't care about the money and they want the time.
Mm-hmm.
But for those brothers who have the women who say, well, if you ain't got no money, you can't share no time. What do you say about that?
I say that he's not a man.
No, listen to it again. There are some women who say, well, if you ain't got the money, come give some time.
Yeah,
but then there are some black women who say, well, if you ain't got the money, I'm not going to allow you to have the time. What would you say about that?
I say that they are confused because it's not always about the money. Like I said before, quality times means a lot. It means more than spending a whole lot of money, but still we have to also put in the minds of the women and men that money is not the glue to a relationship. I will say that.
But it do buy toilet paper.
Yes, it does. It helps. Like I said, it helps. But I mean, it's not to say that a man could make his money and do whatever he wants with his money and coming home empty-handed when he has money.
Right.
My thing is mainly if a man loses his job, don't put him down, especially if he was there for you, supporting you and supporting the family.
Right.
Some men say that women turn their backs on them when they're not in the same financial situation.
Some women do.
Vice versa.
Some women do. And not all of them.
Her job,
but some do.
It's the same thing with some men. I don't need you now. You don't have anything to bring to the table.
Right.
So that's what I'm talking about, getting out of those type of mindsets. If you know the person was a good person, he was there for you or she was there for you, and they go through a financial crisis or hardship, don't turn your back on them. Don't treat them bad. Don't put them down.
Right. Okay, so what's the next issue, the next angle, as it relates to how can the black woman aid the black man or the black family in its return?
Okay, now I have some things set up here. Now, Dr. Francis Cress Wilson and Dr. Neely Fuller and Dr. Claude Anderson, he talks about racism, white supremacy system, the system of it. So it affects really every aspect of our lives, which we don't realize. They say it's global and nationally. It's a global and national system. So, and it's in favor for white people.
You watching the table?
White skin privilege. Okay, these systems, they say, affects the relationships of black males and females, and because we live in a color-coded society. They say these systems and hidden agendas affect the economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, religion, politics, sex, war, and you can throw in love, which I did, for the purpose of white genetic survival, they say, to prevent white genetic annihilation. These systems that they have set up, and these systems affect black people, black men and women, it really affect our relationships with each other.
Okay.
These systems I just named.
Those systems you just named, could you name them again?
Economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, religion, politics, sex, war. I said you can even throw in love.
And could you elaborate on just a few of those, how they are used, and what would be the counteraction?
What I did. I have written down some things on how they are used, but it's not on this sheet of paper. One thing, let me just talk about some of it. Anything that can be used for good can be used for evil. Like I said, the religion, they could use that as a control mechanism. They control your mind, your money, and your movement. And I say sex could be used as a weapon or a tool. Another thing I said, love could be used as a weapon. Education could be used as a brainwashing training camp, like I said, as a tool too, a control mechanism. And also I say that medicine, eugenics project, and programming organizations, FEMA camps and all that. So anything will be used for good could be used for evil, I said. And those are some of the ways that I said as far as some of those things that I name. And politics, of course, you know that can be used for evil too.
Right.
As well as good.
Okay. Are there any other things that you would like to share?
I would like to share about that shooting
in Charleston, South Carolina.
That's right.
The shooting that the white male bastard motherfucker shot grandmama.
That's right. And also the situation in Virginia, where the young man ran in the church with the machete.
Over Southside.
Over Southside.
Yeah, in South Richmond.
Virginia.
Yes.
That's right, South Virginia. Yes. Now, here's what happened. I said they didn't speak harshly to them. They didn't tase them. They were not pepper sprayed. They were not gunned down. They were not beaten with batons or beaten to a pulp. They were not handled roughly, like the 14-year-old girl at the pool incident. They were not handled and treated like that.
Wow.
Neither one of those gentlemen did that.
So it's clear.
White skin privilege.
So it's clear. White supremacy is alive and well.
White supremacy is
so we need to get black supremacy alive and well.
That's right.
So we like to say here at the New Black World Order TV, this black media outlet, that the man was a terrorist.
That's what he was.
That the man was a thug.
That's what he was.
That the man was a bastard motherfucker.
Yeah.
You feel me? We're going to call him what he is.
That's right.
We're not going to call him a young, confused, mentally disturbed boy.
And that's what they like to label all of them after they gunned down 30 people.
Because they setting the stage for him not to be tried as an adult.
That's right. That's what they're doing. They send them to mental institutions. But if a black man shoot one person, you may get 20, 30, or 40 years.
Right.
And he shot, 10 people, 9 people? And the other one attempted to harm multiple people, but they're not given the same treatment that we are giving people of color.
Right. So why do you think there are not more black media outlets placing the proper terms and the labels on this guy in order for our people to define it and see exactly what he is? A terrorist.
That's what he was.
Right.
That's what he is.
Right. A terrorist against the elders, because 4 of the women, of the 6 women that were killed, were grandmothers. So they have, like you said on your last video, they went from shooting the black male to now killing our babies. Now they done went from killing the babies to killing the elders. And if this don't show you that there's an attack on the black family at large,
that's right,
I don't know what can show you.
I don't know what can wake the people up. So they
Who needs more investigation, more details?
You don't, because they already said that both gentlemen had racial slurs on their clothes. One of them did, and one of them said he was yelling out, the one in Charlseton, Virginia, was yelling out racial slurs before he went into that church to hurt and harm those people. Right.
And the white community has not become vocal enough, standoutish enough to speak out against this behavior. Because remember last time we said that. They want the Muslims to come speak out against other Muslims and tell them stop terrorist attacks.
That's right.
But yet they have not asked whites to speak out against the Klan. They have not dismantled the Klan with the veracity that they want to dismantle Bin Laden or ISIS or any of these other groups.
That's right.
Why is it that blacks are not telling the government that the Ku Klux Klan is a historical terrorist organization that needs to be dismantled. And if the government won't dismantle it, I think we need to set up an organization that will.
Where they got rid of the Black Panthers in no time. They could have gotten rid of the KKK, the skinheads, and the Air Resist, and all these racial hate groups. If they wanted to, they got rid of the Black Panthers.
Well, I don't think they was going to do it at a time when J. Edgar Hoover was still in charge of the FBI. Because J. Edgar Hoover himself was a faggot Klan member.
Oh, I heard about him.
He was a cross-dresser.
I heard about him.
Oh, yeah.
So they promote systems that help white privilege. They call us white privilege. They have white privilege. And their systems are going to support white supremacy. Their systems that they have set up. Now, this young man, I doubt if he get any time in prison. You know, he may go to a mental institution and he may get probation. I can't see him. Someone said, well, he's going to get the death penalty. I said they don't usually kill their own for taking out black people.
Right.
They don't usually kill their own.
But there are some brothers in the penitentiary that if he hit that spread, he's going to get his death penalty.
Yeah, whether they give it to him or not, if he go to penitentiary, he still may get a death penalty.
No, he ain't no may in it. He's going to get murdered.
Right.
You better believe that.
Yeah.
But
we're tired of being their targets.
Right.
And you know what Khalid Muhammad said, isn't it funny? They practice on the black target at the shoot range. They have a black target. And he said, isn't it funny that when they get out in the street, in society, the color of the target does not change. It's still the black target.
It's still a black target. And they place most of it, like if you look at the T-shirts, they always put the insignias right where the vital organs are.
Right.
That also gives the police a point of reference to shoot at.
That's right.
Yeah. So, what about Miss? What's the white chick name? Rosella, the lady from NAACP that was passing off
as African American. I saw her, and I read a little bit about her, but they say that the NAACP is not really angry with her. Her white counterparts, they are more angry with her than the NAACP, from what I understand.
Oh yeah, like what possibly could they be mad about?
The NAACP are willing to forgive her. They forgave her for that, and but the white community is still outraged. Now, of all the colors to portray all the oppression that we go through, who would want to portray as being African American in this devil and demonic and
well,
system?
It appears that you can get a good paying job. Okay, so were you aware that she filed a lawsuit? I think it was in 2010 against Howard University.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
For discrimination.
For discrimination.
She wanted a job there, and she said they discriminated against her.
Well, European women have benefited from these women rights movements and women rights, all these civil rights and women. They have benefited more than women of color.
Okay.
From the NAACP and all those programs supposed to wipe out racism. White women are calling themselves a minority now.
Well, I think that most of those organizations were created for the slave masters' biracial children.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah.
Because just like they benefit from the systems that they created during slavery, their grandchildren and children are still benefiting from those systems.
Right. So, but let's look at it like this. Those of us who are not conscious making the comments about she is wrong for acting like she black. But then the same ones, specifically the church ones and a lot of them, blacks, they will accept a grown-ass black man walking around dressed up like a woman, claiming that he got a woman trapped inside his black ass. But they can't accept a black woman trapped inside of a white woman. I'm just putting a different twist on it to show you how warped our people's minds are.
Right.
How can you accept a black woman walking around looking like a male, a stud, and accept her saying that there's a male trapped inside of her, but you reject a white woman saying that there's a black woman trapped inside her? Just another way to look at it.
Just another way to look at it.
Right, and it shows how warped our minds are.
Well, I would like to say this. Now, that young lady who portrayed to be black, they know that black women are some of the most beautiful women in the world. They all deep inside want to be a black woman, want to be a woman of color. That's why they tan. And they tell you, the black women, I did a research and I read where they used to say that black women were these are European people, women and men, said that black women were some of the most beautiful women, and their features
they still are.
Were just so beautiful. And then they twisted around during slavery to tell you that your broad nose, that your thick lips, your dark skin, they twist that around. But prior to that, they were infatuated. The beautiful people with the beautiful structure, bone structure, and features and face. Yeah.
But you know that's how it starts off with most things. Most people, when they meet somebody brilliant, resilient, and creative, as our people were, it starts off as infatuation.
That's what it was, infatuation.
And then it turns into, in fact, you hating. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Okay, all right. We're gonna switch it up a little bit. I hear a lot of Israelites, a lot of Muslims, and a lot of men in general, black men, that say that the black woman is out of control, that she don't know when to shut her mouth up, she's loud, boisterous, and that she needs to know her place. Sister, what is the black woman's place?
Okay, it's the black woman's place, the old expression says, to be in the home. And my thing is, a woman's place, I would like for men to define that for me. A woman should know her place and stay in her place. I hear a lot of men saying that they should know their place and stay in their place. Well, was the woman created to stay in the home and not pursue a work career or having an occupation?
According to most Christians, most Muslims, and most Jews who really take their doctrine serious, they believe that
a woman place is to be in the home.
Now, the liberal Christian, the liberal Muslim, and the liberal Jew may not think that way. But those who hold strict to their doctrines, most of them believe that you need to keep your butt in the house and shut your mouth up.
Yeah.
I don't believe that.
Right. They say that, so women have to be what I call a professional habitat technician to take care of their home, or a domestic engineer. Someone who stay home, take care of the home. Those two names.
A domestic
engineer or a professional habitat technician.
Okay, the DHT and the DE.
Right. Okay. Here's the thing what most men think. A woman's place is to be married and to bear children and raise them properly. They're supposed to lead and guide the house and fulfill household duties. Cooking, cleaning, washing clothes, sewing, etc. Is to be submissive and humble, and to maintain the home and financial responsibilities of the home, to speak softly and gently, to be seen and not heard, speak only when she's spoken to. Paulinians, that's what Paul said in the Bible. While men goes off, I say other, and with their playmates. Now the women are your mate and not an inmate. So some men rule.
What you mean by an inmate?
I mean that some men rule their homes with an iron fist. A woman can't do anything, can't spend money, can't go where they need to go, don't want you to work, don't want you to do anything. But women have no problem with that. If you could take care of the home and take care of all the financial obligations alone, then most women, I think, would not have a problem with you saying, I rule the house, or I'm going to rule this house with an iron fist. But most of the time, men don't have enough finances to run everything alone, to run the household alone.
So are you saying that finance can buy you submission?
That's what it seems like.
That what it sounds like we just said?
Yeah.
That finance can buy submission.
No, I mean, I'm not saying it can buy submission, but I'm saying that if you can support your household financially alone without her having an income coming in, then they probably wouldn't have a problem. But like I said, today in society, they're not making enough money to run a household alone. And to, you know, women now, especially single women, are now working. Some of them are working 2 jobs and supporting the children and running the household. So when they meet a man, they come in and say, no, I want control. I want power to dominate and control and manipulate, or whatever ways they want to, you know, settle a woman down. But here's what else I said. The home is not a prison. It's supposed to be a palace. It's supposed to be a place to stay where you are happy and proud to be there. See, a woman is a mate, like I said, and not an inmate. And some men have a problem with the independent and strong woman. I heard a gentleman who told me, I don't like those independent and strong women because those are the ones that's headstrong. You can't tell them what to do. And they say, I make my own money, so therefore you can't control me. He said he don't like the women that call themselves independent. And
I don't want to control a woman, and I damn sure don't want no woman trying to control me.
Right. And they say that those women are aggressive, stubborn, and you just can't. The ones that say, I make my own money, I make my own mind, I run my own life, and I don't have to answer to anyone. They say they have a problem with women like that. But see, in other words, when they say that you don't have any rights in the house, is that saying that a woman is too stupid, vulnerable, and too naive to run her own house? If a man has to control everything, is that a way of calling a woman too stupid to run her life?
Well, the conservative, strict thoughts of those Jews, those Muslims, and those Christians, in essence, that's what they're saying.
Yeah, so a woman can't be creative or servant and make her own money or have jobs within high-ranking jobs.
I think they should.
I also think they should.
I mean, I'm pushing for that. I'm pushing for that because historically, the black woman has been the most charitable.
That's right.
To all black organizations. She has been the financial backbone of most black organizations. And the more black female millionaires we can make, billionaires we can make, she would contribute much more to the efforts of her community.
Right.
She does it now with her little menial jobs or with her middle class jobs. She does that now. Imagine what she would contribute if she was a billionaire or a millionaire. And she can't get that way when you got your feet on her ass stuck in the house.
That's right. That's egotistic pride speaking. That's all that is. And those are unfair and prejudiced ways to view a woman. To call her a professional habitat technician or a domestic engineer. To me, those words are better than saying a housewife. To me, just saying that she's just a housewife is a negative depiction of what a woman does, because a woman does a lot in the home too. But nowadays, like I said, they want to go out and they want to make their own money. They want to be self-sufficient.
I also think that women need a more stronger presence in government.
That's right. Hillary Clinton is going to do it.
Oh, fuck her. I don't care nothing about her. I'm talking about our government. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Mm-hmm. I'm talking about our government. Mm-hmm. When we develop our government, we need testosterone and estrogen in government. Mm-hmm. We need balance.
That's right. That's the African way of living. The women and the men were equal. They were not like they have us now. The men are on the top, and the women don't mean anything. You're in the back, or you don't exist at all.
Right.
We had a balance in the African ancient African history.
Right. Before Christianity, before Judaism.
That's right.
And before Orthodox Sunni Islam or Shia Islam.
We had a balance in our relationship, the black man and the black woman. Everything was balanced. Mm-hmm. Now everything is unequal.
Right. It's either too male or too female. I appreciate you coming out.
Thank you very much.
When will you come back and finish up your subjects? Or do you have any more that you want to add or share?
I could come back and add because I have some more I would like to say.
Okay, and we appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
How can people contact you? Are you on Facebook?
Yes, well, I give that out next time.
Okay, all right, that's what's up.
Yeah.
This is another new Black World Order TV Productions, Black Power. We appreciate you coming through, Queen Malinda, and we love your subjects, and we'll be glad to have you back again. Yeah. Black Power, the black woman is God.
Black Power, unapologetically black. 365, 24/7. Love being black. Black Power.
Black Power.
That's right. Always.